But again, this is something we've not seen in close to 2 decades, that high a ranking official from North Korea coming to the Oval Office. The last time was when Bill Clinton was president. This man was his ambassador to the UN, trade ambassador as well, Bill Richardson. Ambassador, very good to have you. Some of this must feel like a little bit of deja vu to you. What do you think?
Well, it's good news that there's a meeting taking place at the Oval Office. If it weren't good news, like, yes, we will do the summit June 12th, or if we don't do it June 12th, shortly thereafter, but at least we're working together, it could be that the news is going to be we're continuing to move forward, but we need more work together. Less tension. This is since 2000. That was the last time that President Clinton met with the #2 guy from North Korea. Kim Jong-il's the father's top lieutenant.
Right.
This man is very high-ranking, the spy chief. But I think these are good developments. North and South Korea are also meeting right this moment on family reunification, on military issues. So tensions, at the very least, are easing. We're not talking about bloody noses or preemptive military strikes. You know, we're talking about diplomacy and meetings. So this is good.
But, you know, I'm old enough to remember, Ambassador, that hope was springing eternal after, you know, the administration which you were working was trying to cobble together some sort of an agreement with the North Koreans. Hopes were dashed then. They were dashed just a few years later when the Bush administration tried to do the same. So we've been disappointed. Some would cynically say schnookered by the North Koreans in the past. If you had to give advice right now, what would it be?
Well, it would be, if you have an agreement with the North Koreans, do enormously lot of inspections, international inspectors, American inspectors. Make sure that their timelines, that the North Koreans give their inventory of all their missile and nuclear sites. Many are underground, they're hidden. That there be very unfettered access to those inspections. That's number one.
Well, what did they break
two,
with you, Ambassador? I'm not blaming you. I'm just saying that what happened that was the first tip-off to you? Wait a minute, these guys can't be trusted.
Well, for 9 years in the Clinton administration, the North Koreans did not build any nuclear weapons. We did have an agreement that was working, but then the North Koreans started to cheat. They started producing enriched uranium. Then they made a little deal with the Pakistanis, and they got out of the deal. So this is why you have to watch them. The same in the Bush administration. Things were going good. We took them off the terrorism list. So this is oversight. This is why you need.
Well, some say it didn't take that long. They were almost immediately breaking that agreement. I don't know what the truth is here, but the bottom line is, to your point, I mean, it's happened under Democratic and Republican administrations. They routinely broke the deal, but not before cashing checks first. How would you advise, if we're financially incentivizing North Koreans or trying to help them out economically, how we deal with that carrot and stick?
Well, what I would do is do what actually the president and the South Koreans have advocated. Have a step-by-step process. The president said he's now in charge. He supports denuclearization, but in phases. Let's see how they perform. Then, if they perform, give them some kind of sanctions relief. Give them the peace treaty that they want. Give them some kind of status where you assure Kim Jong-un that you're not going to try to knock him off. I mean, these are basic things that don't exist that they want. What is worrisome here is that at the same time this good stuff is happening, Kim Jong-un is very crafty. He's meeting with the Chinese and saying, hey, take off some of these sanctions. He's meeting with Lavrov, who's very skillful, the Russian. And, you know, the Russians have not been observing sanctions. They let North Korean ships dock in Russian ports. And, you know, there's an 11-mile border between Russia and North Korea. So, you know, they're playing games. Kim Jong-un is skillful. He's getting a little help from Russia and the Chinese. So, you know, he's making moves at the same time he's trying to get a better relationship with us. So this is somebody that we've underestimated. He's somebody that you got to watch very closely. But this is a good event happening at the White House. It wouldn't be good. It has to be good news. Otherwise, no White House, no president would make this happen. But it could be just, okay, let's keep working. Things are going good. Pompeo's made progress in New York.
Yeah.
Or it could be we're going to announce a date. You know, the president likes a lot of drama, and he wants to have it for himself. So he may be announcing that the summit is back on June 12th.
Or he might be, you know, you mentioned the point, I'm sorry, sir, you mentioned the point that, you know, Kim Jong-un is nobody's fool. Of course, he has met with top Russian officials here. He might be playing that triangulation card, for want of a better term, and that might work with other presidents and might sort of force them into sort of, oh, I guess we should talk. This one, it could lead Donald Trump to say the hell with it. I don't like you playing these kind of games. This ain't happening. What do you think?
Well, it could, but I don't think that's good. You know, this unpredictable style of the president, everybody seems to be praising. I think it's a problem. I mean, look, we need international support for what we're doing. We got to keep the South Koreans, we got to keep the Chinese, we got to keep the Japanese more in tune with what we're doing. You know, meantime, we're having a trade war with the European Union, with Mexico, with Canada. I mean, at a time like this, you want allies, you want international
Yeah, but look at the crazy thing is they're meeting in the Oval Office now. Say what you say, whether it's impulsive and crude or whatever, unpredictable and wacky or whatever. We have not seen a U.S. president get this far with the North Koreans. And to your point, Ambassador, it could all unravel very, very quickly. And these trade tensions could be an unraveling feature, especially if the Chinese get annoyed. But are you surprised at all of this, that you've tried all typical routes of diplomacy, doing all the things that we're told in, you know, Diplomacy 101 you do, and none of that has been practiced here, and here we be?
Well, but the South Koreans have had a lot to do with this. Kim Jong-un has had a lot to do with this. And I think the president's unpredictability and his accepting this summit was the right thing to do, because you're right, from the bottom to the top in the past, things have not worked. I'm just saying that his style should now change to having a strategy, to being temperate, to you know, practicing diplomacy, letting Pompeo run the show, not Bolton, not the vice president. You know, you got to have one message. And we've had 50 messages on this issue. So don't spoil a good thing. That's my message here.
Bill Richardson, great seeing you again. Thank you very, very much.